What's up, what's up? This is Godma. Right now I'm going to be playing as the orange Zerg here on the map Blistering Sands. I'm going to be in the bottom left position, facing off against also an additional Zerg player, Racist, as the purple brood. He, first of all, is not moving this Overlord, taking him a while to move that away, but now he's just realizing his mistake. These Overlords are probably going to be flying and meeting each other overhead. At this point in the virtual Starcraft relationship between Racist and myself, our skill level is mutually improving as we practice against each other. Right now, I'm just trying to show Racist the ropes, trying to get him through the tech trees of all the races before we actually do real ladder matches with in the 2 vs 2 ladder. So an interesting factor about Blistering Sands is just the reality that both bases, the rush distance, it's a medium rush distance, but it does not eliminate the possibility of rushes from a game. So in Blistering Sands, games are open to both macro late oriented games, but you also do see some early rushes, and that is even more possible because both races here are Zerg. This spawning pool is now coming out for Racist. He's dropping that very early, actually at 12 food, so I'm probably realizing this. I'm going to be dropping mine at 14, leaving myself with a slightly better income, but I'm probably going to plant this drone here at this natural expansion to make sure he's not getting that hatchery too soon. Racist Overlord is flying over his destructible rocks, probably going to be indirectly heading to my base. But yeah, this early spawning pool suggests a Zergling rush from Racist, so if you guys have been following my videos with the Racist in them, you know that he has beaten me with cheese and with early rushes. It's quite possible that he's trying to do that once again with a Zergling force here. He does have this small squad of Zerglings on the way. He actually has made this pretty aggressive expansion. This is a fairly bold move from Racist. Right now, this flock of Zerglings, they are going to try to chase down this drone, but they are going to just prefer to sit here at this choke to make sure I don't get any additional scouting information. This Overlord is content to just sit overhead. I also have my first hatchery going up. It is about 200 HP behind Racist hatchery. Operating off of 1 gas now, making a Roach Warren, so 14 pool into a Roach Warren seems to be my general game plan. We have this queen here using the energy very well, so can't comment on that anymore. I know I did that all the time when I was criticizing Spliffy and also Racist in some of his earlier games, but I should eat my words because I'm not much better than these kids. My queen has just been brought out. Actually getting a pretty early lair tech, yeah, getting this lair tech in addition to the roach warren, so I probably will be pumping roaches as soon as I get this second hatchery up and running. It is going to complete just after Racists gets finished. So the units in play as of now, we have 19 drones for my more macro build in play for Rapt compared to Racist's 15. So while Racist has a larger military influence in this game, my income is probably going to be higher. Yeah, I'm at about, my income is about 200 or 100 minerals or so higher than Racist's. I really do need to get these roaches out in play if I want to counter these Zerglings and if I want to find and destroy this hatchery here. I don't want to allow that to be saturated at all. A fairly identical build here from Racist, actually. His Roach Warren is in play. He is now not making any, he's just continuing to pump Zerglings. Switching to my perspective, yeah, this Overlord is being caught by this Queen, which has just dropped this creep tumor. I'm trying to flee from that Queen. I don't know that it'll survive. Yes, here finally I have this, yeah, that's a second Queen. This Queen needs to use her larva or just use her energy, period. Dropping that creep tumor on my end of the map as well. I want to definitely make sure that the creep meets to ensure that my roaches, which are now just coming out, can move faster across the battlefield. So my 2 roaches right now are going to be trying to take down a total of 16 Zerglings. It's going to be a challenge. But my lair tech is finished as the overlords with the creep spewing have now started doing their business. Idle Queen here is idle, trying to saturate the space a little bit more. Also making a Hydralisk and an Infestation Pit, so a pretty radical switch here as far as Rapt. Racist does now have these roaches in play, mixed in with these groups of Zerglings. I do have a slightly better map control though, as it's an interesting thing to consider in ZVZ is, or Z versus Z if you hail from Toronto like I do. But yeah, the fact that creep is being distributed over the map in ZVZ, Z versus Z, it really does almost feel more natural to say Z, but we say Z over here in the Arctic lands of Canada. My point is, if I can just manage to spew this out, is that yes, creep that gets dropped onto the sand here can be utilized by both racist and myself. So doesn't matter which player it is, both Zerg races are going to move more quickly on that creep, just as they can also place buildings on creep. But I have chosen to drop this creep anyway. I'm trying to make sure that my rally point, at least the movement speed of my rally point, is increased. So this fairly large force of Zerglings and Roaches are going to encounter my Roaches. These Roaches getting a few free kills as those Zerglings melt away. These Overlords are going to be observing overhead now. There's a large confrontation. It looks like I'm going to be surrounded by these Zerglings that are trying to micro away by the Roaches. They don't do enough damage, enough base damage to play like that. They're going to try to flee, taking hits here from behind from these Roaches and Zerglings. The Zerglings are trying to surround them. I now have 3 Hydralisks in play from that earlier investment. These Hydralisks are now going to quickly try to take out that Overlord, as now these Hydralisks have given me the confidence I need to try to fight back against this force. I also now I have 3 hatcheries up and running, so I do have the economic advantage in this game. I certainly will as soon as I start to get mining from this. But I do have Hydralisks, that's what's important. As far as upgrades, both sides are even. These Roaches now actually able to take down my forces pretty easily. This Hydralisk not being microed, 2 Hydralisks going down to this large force of Roaches. Actually some nice flanking there from Racist, but no air units are able to take down these Overlords as they're just, yeah, I'm now pulling them back. As I realized they're pretty extended, but now I have this large group of Roaches, that one Hydralisk going down. I'm trying to retreat back into my base. I need to get some Spine Clawers up, perhaps. These 3 Hydralisks are now trying to do what they can to push these forces away. This one Hydralisk is coming from the position up here, probably revealing that location to Racist, but he's just going to try to rush my mineral line like any good Zerg player. This one Hydralisk, 2 Hydralisks going down, being melted away by that green acid, and that one Roach not standing a chance. Now he's trying to snipe out that Hydralisk there.